What news have you heard?
Everyone's saying how the Grey Wardens betrayed the king during the Darkspawn fight. Got him and themselves killed. Tern Loghain pulled out just in time. First thing he's doing as regent is putting a bounty on Grey Wardens.
I'm done asking questions.
Well then, let me go!
Follow my lead, I could use some soldiers. Hey! I can't turn them in? Follow my lead.
What, are you joking, right? I could never be a soldier.
And start running and don't come back. Well, you could die. Your choice.
I'm not going down without a fight!
Okay, I didn't actually expect them to fight. I'm not letting them go. They murdered people. I mean, look at this guy right here. A dead Templar. They killed him. And if I let them go, they're just gonna kill other people. So I'm not gonna let them go. I don't like murdering people, but, I mean, good lord, I'm not gonna let them kill some poor traveler. Come on. There we go. I gave him a chance to join me. And actually that seems like something Eagle Claw would do as well. Because he needs soldiers, he needs help, and if they're with him, they can't hurt anyone else. So I could see him giving them that option. Take on. Knight's Locket. Golden locket bears within it a tiny painting of a pretty brown-haired young woman. It's impossible to tell who the woman might be or whoever owned the locket was quite fond of her. Knight's note. Oh. Alright, let's take a look at the codex. Quest related. What? Where's my merchant stealth? Where is the Is this it? So many of my fellow knights have been searching for the urn. Surely one of them must have found it by now. Maybe? Is that it? This has spirit soon to waste my report in Lothering. I must go to immediately report what I've learned. Okay, so I think this is it. Surely one of them must have found it by now. Still, until I hear all is well, I must proceed as planned. Brother Gineventi holds the key to finding the urn of sacred ashes. We always knew this. But I believe I now know where Brother Gineventi lives. Gineventi. I have been to his home in Dinnerham and found the trail, and I am amazed the other knights have not done likewise, unless they have. No, it is best not to get caught up in thoughts of conspiracy. Sir, don't want to waste my report. I must go to him immediately and report what I have learned. Should anyone find these ramblings, all I ask is that he be informed of my fate. I pray that he can complete what I cannot. Yeah, so they killed the Templar, so I don't feel bad about what I did. Stop them from hurting anyone else. Ooh, trap triggers. More trap triggers. Yay! Anything else? No? Did I get the money? Did I get the money? I don't know, I think so. Okay,
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing.
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I side with Alistair on this a lot. What did you want to talk about, Alistair? You have been very quiet, Alistair. Yeah, let's do that.
Yes, I know. I was just thinking.
No wonder it took so long, then.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
I'll figure it out. Let's go. We should try and use the treaties, I assume. Yeah, let's do that. You have some thoughts on that point, Alistair?
This should be good.
I think what Flemmeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
What do you mean?
The treaties, the ones we got from Flemmeth. With these, we will be able to ask for assistance. Maybe even raise an army. There are 3 main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
What do you think we should do? Why are you leaving this up to me? Is there a way to contact the Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
Why are you leaving it up to me?
Well, I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Arleman is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it.
Then we need to try and find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
I don't need more directions. Where do we find Arleman? Where do we find the Danish Elves? Where do we find the Dwarves? Where do we find the Circle of Magi? Where would Lothering be exactly? Let's do... I don't want to do Arleman yet. Let's do the Circle of Magi first.
That would be at their tower on Lake Carlenhard to the north. We'll be looking for the first enchanter, whoever that is.
I think that they might be the most useful to have on our side, don't you think? Alright, I don't need more directions.
Then you have a plan.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's get going. No, let's see what you think, Morganan.
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Lothering and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
I'm ready. Let's get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Yeah, we should probably clean ourselves, though. You know, just saying. Probably a good idea. There we go. Do the old cleaneroo. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Puppy, puppy, puppy. Where are you? Where art thou, puppy? Oh, okay. Well, we can't clean you off. Well, never mind then. And you, Morgan are fine. Alright. Yay! See, now we're happy. Happy. Alright, let's stop this. Stop that. That. Okay. Let's see if we can talk to people. Why not?
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
Oh, what can a Templar do exactly? Yeah.
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
So couldn't others learn these talents?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put two and two together.
Huh. So you were addicted to this lyrium?
Thankfully, no. You only start receiving lyrium once you've taken your vows. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templar's talents more effective. Or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
And you?
What do you wish of me?
No, just to talk. I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
How did you become a shape changer? Did you grow up in the Kakari wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
You can probe me anytime. I'm curious. What's wrong with that? Yeah.
Any number of cats could inform you of the answer to that question, but have it your way. What is it you asked? If I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemmeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemmeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
And you remained unnoticed?
For the most part. Flemmeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemmeth could never have prepared me for.
You must look quite the fool, very daring. That sounds like you. Yeah, let's do that.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be travelling with...
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Alright then.
Arrested.
Ha. Okay, I don't know if the sound died for you guys, but I did not hear any of that. He pointed and gasped, began shouting in a strange language, and most assumed he was casting some sort of curse on me. Acting the terrified girl, naturally arrested. Nice. Alright, that was quick thinking. What happened to the poor man?
Who cares? As I recall, he was executed.
Aw.
The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
I have no idea. I'm not human. Touching like a handshake?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemmeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemmeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Yet here you are. You can go back if you like. I guess the joke's on you. Well, I'm glad it worked out this way, at least. Yet here you are. Let's do this one. Well, I'm glad. I'm trying to make friends here.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat and the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
No, I want to talk more.
What do you wish of me?
I want to ask you something.
If you must.
Is Flemmeth really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
A very old woman, a powerful Melissifar. Yeah, let's do that.
You mean, is she truly the Flemmeth of legend and story? Tell me, how much do you know of the tale?
None.
The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
Not a little. I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Ah, I see. That does explain much. I can relay what Flemmeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
Sounds interesting.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemmeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Just how long ago was this? Yes, dude.
Many centuries before this land was even named Ferelden. The tales say that Flemmeth fell in love with Osen the bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conobar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conobar the jealous lord who looked on from afar. Lord Conobar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
What? He sold his wife to another man?
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemmeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conobar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemmeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
Ooh. She spoke to the spirits or demons? No, he wouldn't care. But wasn't she now married to a wealthier man, so she truly loved Osen then?
That was not the point. Conobar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemmeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conobar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conobar's allies chased Flemmeth, you see, chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemmeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Huh. Which she never invaded, or he never defeated her?
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemmeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemmeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
Do you believe her version? How is it then that Flemmeth has survived so long? Legend tells of Flemmeth having many daughters. Really? But I just said I didn't know that. Aren't abominations usually insane horrors?
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true? There are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemmeth became is a mystery. I suspect, even to her.
How has Flemmeth survived so long?
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
Legend tells of Flemmeth having many daughters.
You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one, and these tales existed long before I did. Flemmeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed, so should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
Why would she refuse to speak of them?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemmeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts. It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemmeth will eat my heart as well.
Uh-huh. Do you believe her version?
I do not believe everything that Flemmeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has coloured her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
An interesting story, thank you.
Flemmeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious, nevertheless.
Yeah, I don't think I can stand up to your mom, but Mom died when I was born. There's nothing to really say about her. I love her. What else do you want to know? My mother died when I was born.
Ah, then you have my sympathies, for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Alrighty. That's enough talking for now. Let's go. We can talk later. Hello?
As if we needed more fighting here. Don't you see how scared everyone
those
is?
bandits are back again. Why don't the Templars kill them?
Didn't we just kill him?
I brought my family to Lothering because I thought it would be safe.
Well, you were wrong.
I don't like this place. Why did we come here?
Please, we came here to get away from the fighting.
I'm scared. When are we going home?
Aww. Sweet little girl. Probably never. Alright, chicken! Baka! Give me an egg. Give me an egg. Low blow the chicken. I can't low below the chicken. Should be able to.
Delighted.
Game designer doesn't let me low blow chickens. Honestly. Anything in this world ever deserved a kick. Hello?
How terrible for Queen Honora that her young king is dead, and she not even with child.
Yep.
What will happen to us now that the king is dead?
You'll get a new king?
I have a wonder,
We came here to get
if
away
you will
from the
indulge
fighting.
me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
Some people aren't meant to
I
lead.
brought my family to Lothering because I thought it would be safe.
You know, on that mark, a lot of people seem to look down on someone who wants to be a follower, who doesn't want to be a leader. And I say that, you know, there's no shame in that. Not everyone can be a leader or would be cut out to be a leader. And there's no shame in knowing that you're a better follower than you would ever be a leader. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I actually respect people like that more because they know where they stand in the world, and they're okay with that. I wouldn't blame Alistair just because he doesn't think he'd make a good leader. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Now, the Eagle Claw think he makes a good leader? Hell no, but, you know, that'll change in time.
I brought my family to Lothering because I thought it would be safe.
Yeah, well, joke's on you.
Please, we came here to get away from the fighting.
Yes, let's loot the place.
And so I shall.
Alright.
I heard those bandits are back again. Why don't the Templars kill them?
Alright, they're just repeating themselves. Alright. Now that I'm done taking everything these poor people have.
You there! If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you, there's none to be found. Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
What do you mean?
We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Thanks for the warning. Can I ask you a few questions?
I'm just out here to keep an eye out for Darkspawn. Please ask someone in town. No offense.
Alright, is there anyone in charge here?
The band has marched north with Tern Loghain, so Lothering's on its own. Most folks look to Elder Miriam. Otherwise, you could speak to Sir Bryant in the Chantry, I suppose. It's up to you.
Alright, thank you.
I brought my family to Lothering because I thought it would be safe.
Oh, a lot of people.
It's just a guess, but I'm thinking everyone in Lothering is aware of the approaching Darkspawn horde.
Alright. Was there another point to that message, or...? What? Oh, that's for, the dwarf. Take that.
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Solve this yourselves. Why would I want to help you? Get rid of the tiny part and I'll consider it. Is your profiteering ruffling some feathers? Why would I want to help you?
Didn't I mention profit?
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
And
I
that's
have
where you're
limited
wrong.
supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
Not interested. Can you beat their offer, sister? Agreed. He was a no. Don't you think you're being unscrupulous?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
I think you can compromise and still make a profit. No? Yeah, let's do that.
Perhaps. If that woman agrees I'm allowed to charge something.
Do what you must, so long as the prices do not beggar the needy.
Fine, fine, done. And since you don't look too needy, normal prices for you.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank you for your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
Oh, Morrigan, shut up. Oh no! Does she not approve of me? Oh, I'm so broken inside. I need another mage.
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something.
I am indeed. Let's see what you have.
All right. Just don't buy everything up.
Good lord, you have a lot of stuff. Let's sell stuff first. Soul Rot Bomb. Let's keep the bomb and stuff. I don't really need those yet. No, I'm not going to sell them yet, though. Concentrated Death Root Extract. Oh, okay. I'll keep that. Sell that, though. I'll keep that. Spirit Shards. Yeah. Keep the trap triggers. Toxin Extract. Death Root. I'm gonna keep those until I get someone that has herbalism. You never know what you might need it for. Don't need these, though.